Hello, Huskies back again. Now on the screen you see a contract offer accepted by Tyson Jost at happy days, happy days. Now I did a bunch of extensions, but because I wanted the entire offseason to be in this one video, I just kind of did the offers off camera. I offered everybody that wanted an extension um, at their requested value times 85% of it, which in the past games is what you would always do to re-sign players, is 85% of their offer is what they wanted. So far, I accidentally hit the A button, but we signed Line A. We just signed Tyson Jost, so those are two big ones. Zach Werenski, that's another one. Brock Bozer, nice. Gabriel Velarde, good. Kosarenkov, nice. Timothy, nice. Alright, so we signed every single player that wanted a contract extension at below their asking price, which is a nice change of pace. Before, we really had to kind of ballpark it, but this is what we're rocking with now. We still have to sign Seth Jones and Dylan Larkin. We got Line A at 8.050. He immediately asked for 9.5. He's a 90 overall. I mean, I kind of got to give it to him. What surprised me the most was Brock Bozer wanted 7.5. He took 6. Velarde wanted 3.3, 2.8's okay. It's only 1 year. It's kind of to gauge his potential growth. Kosarenko has been a solid bottom 6 guy for us. One unfortunate factor of these signs is Devin Shore. Now, the guy has not lived up to his playoff hype. He's not a happy guy. He doesn't want to be here. And he wants 2.675, and I don't want to pay that for a bottom 6 guy, so I think I'm going to let him walk, in all honesty. Gabriel Carlson wants to come back, but at $5.2 million. Like, are you kidding me? That is absurd. I'm probably going to let him walk. Now, like I said, I was able to do the 85% trick with everybody else. I don't know if it's going to work with these guys, but we're going to give it a shot. Oops, 6.4 times 0.85. So 5.44. I was tentatively going one uptick above what actual 85% is. So we'll go 5.475. That's a great deal for Seth Jones if he signs that. Dylan Larkin wants a lot of money. Let's hope that this is enough to keep him here. We'll do 3.5. Again, that's only those are 1 year contracts for both those guys. So maybe they want to gauge how the team does next year before they sign a long-term deal, maybe at a cheaper price. Zach Hyman, 2.5. I really don't want to sign him for 2.5. Stenlin, I don't want to sign. Nunavar, I don't want to sign. Devin Shore, I really don't want to sign. How much does this guy want? This guy wants 1.5. Nah. I have $13 million in extension dollars left, and I just used, I think, a lot of it with Jones and Larkin. So we'll see if they sign. Like I said, the other guys I signed wanted an extension. They wanted to be here, so that made sense. Let's see if that hold. Let's see if we can get lucky with the with these two. Yeah, rejected. All right, so Dylan Larkin and Seth Jones are gonna be tough gets. I really don't want to offer them market value, but I don't think I'm going to be able to sign them back without that. I really don't want to let him. I don't want to let Dylan Larkin walk. What was his? His was 6 point something. So let's up the ante to 6.875 and see if he signs that. And Seth Jones, we'll give him a touch more and see if we'll slowly work our way up towards their asking price and see if we can snag them. I also made the decision after last video. I think I'm gonna trade Corpusalo. Now his contract is so good, but he shit the bed so hard in the playoffs. Like it was bad. So I think I'm gonna drop him for an actual backup goaltender. So I need to save some cap space here. Unfortunately, What do we got? Let's look at our team here. So, if we let Dylan Larkin walk, '87 overall. He plays so well with Line A and Winberg. But I'm also kind of on the fence about Toffoli. I could move him if I need to. I don't think he's got any chemistry with guys here. Nudevar, Leipzig, sure, that doesn't affect me. I just don't feel like he fits a role here. I could try to get a playmaker, kind of a la Dylan Larkin style for Toffoli. I could also throw Brock Bozer, who's... we do kind of... Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 good forwards, and then we kind of fall off after there. Which is, I mean, to be expected. This Vikingstad kid, he's ready to come up to be an NHLer. Molson's not really. Colser. So we've got one forward in the can. We've got Vikingstad who can come up and be a suitable bottom 6 guy. Defenseman, we got nothing. We got no defenseman in the system ready to come up and ready to play. And that's a shame because we need probably a couple. Alright, so I think Seth Jones is more important than Dylan Larkin, if I'm honest. So I don't want to sign Dylan Larkin to trade him. That's shitty. That's not a realistic move. Worst comes to worst, I just qualify him, and we see if we get something for him. I'm sure somebody will try to sign him. Or I could just trade his rights. I have that option as well. Let's see if we can get Seth Jones here before we get... We still have quite a ways before we get to the draft. We have 45 days. See in the bottom right corner. It's tough to read. Rejected. Alright, so I'm going to offer him one final deal at his asking price. Because Seth Jones, 87 overall, the guy's been a monster in the regular season. He's kind of struggled in the postseason. Which one on my team hasn't struggled in the postseason. So we're just going to give him 6.4 and see if he takes it. And then Dylan Larkin, maybe we look to trade his rights at the draft. I don't want to lose Dylan Larkin, but he doesn't want an extension. Oh, he's still rejecting that offer. Alright, we're going to send him to the draft, and we're going to try to sign those guys at the re-sign phase. We'll see if that's what it takes. Go ahead and scout up. But I'm just trying to think, how can I replace... I don't think I can, like, accurately replace Dylan Larkin. I just don't think it's possible. I shouldn't say that. It's probably possible. The Arizona Coyotes won the Stanley Cup. Now, in my efforts to redo the last video, I picked an autosave that was at the start of the Pittsburgh series. Or at the end of the Pittsburgh series, rather. So it hadn't fully simmed it yet. Alright, so I don't even know what draft picks we have. You retired. We didn't have anybody retire. Our team is young as shit. Alright, so let's hop in. Oh, I should actually edit my trade block before we go in. Trade block. I'm actually going to throw Dylan Larkin on there. He's an 86, so he's quickly losing value. Not great. Timothy's an 84, we already knew that. Conway's an 85. I'm pretty sure this has no morale affecting them at all. Now, I doubt people are going to actually take Dylan Larkin in a trade. But we'll throw him on there and see if we get somebody to bite. That's all we do. I'm going to throw this Molson kid on here. Once, that's fine. And let's hop into the draft. Like I said, I doubt someone's going to offer anything for Larkin because his contract expires and they don't want to trade for his rights. They'll trade for him... Anze Kopitar? For a first and a... What? Why are they offering me Kopitar? What the hell? He's making $10 million on a 3-year deal. He's making 10. He's an 83 overall. You know, I was tempted at first, but he's fallen way off. All right. I just kind of want to see these first couple picks. A couple of elites. Wow, somebody's actually offering me something. Elias Lindholm and Brendan Pesce. I think it's Pesce. 80 overall. Are you not a happy guy? Is that why you're in 80? Yeah, you're a mad guy. What role do you play? He's a playmaker. His stats really don't. He'd be like an 83 and 84. And then Pesce's probably not happy either, yeah. And I'll pass on that. Tempting, very tempting, but I'll pass. Alright, so interesting to see that teams are actually offering Eric Johnson for a second. No, he's way down the line. It's too. So we're getting some. Let's send to our user pick. Let's see if we get any more. Nathan Beliveau in a 7th for a 1st and a 2nd. Is Beliveau worth anything? I doubt it. I mean, he's 5.9, but 84 overall. That's not bad, actually. I don't think he's worth my 1st. Maybe I come back to that when I get to my draft pick. It's actually next year's draft pick they're asking for. Callan Foote for Dylan Larkin in a 2nd. Now that replaces my reliance on Seth Jones. He's only 77, so he's probably got great upside. He's an absolutely mad face. Look at his value though. What do they want for him? A 2nd and Dylan Larkin. I'll come back to that because I think he's worth taking a shot at. Brent Burns, no. Blake Wheeler, no. Alexander Ovechkin for a 2nd round pick? Dude, I'm tempted. I'm absolutely tempted. He's an 81 overall, but look at his shooting stats still, man. How many goals did he have last season? He only had 25 goals. But for a 2nd round pick. A 2nd round pick. That's all they're asking for, Alexander Ovechkin? Is he not happy there? Where is he? Oh my god, his value's so low. No, he's happy. I mean, he's 36. God, how the mighty have fallen. A 2nd round pick for Alexander Ovechkin. That's unreal. All right, let's grab somebody here. Let's grab somebody. I hope I'm not waiting too long on some of these picks. Callan Foote might be. Oh, I didn't want time scouted. I want it projected. Shit, that's gonna take forever. Oh, there's a medium elite goalie. All right, so we got some top 6Ds, top 9s. What we got for the exact elite, high elite goaltender. Yeah, I'll snatch the high elite goaltender. Medium starter. All right, not bad. Brendan Gallagher for a 1st. Brendan Gallagher is not a bad option if this was 2 seasons ago. $5 million. He's an 83. He's a good 2-way forward, but he really doesn't fit. TJ Oshie. That's another guy that's kind of just a couple years down the road. I'm really tempted to take that Ovechkin offer, man. Callan Foote for Dylan Larkin in a 4th. Man, I'm coming back to this one. If I make this deal, Callan Foote's making 4.6 over the next 3 years. He hops in, he takes what's his face's spot, Seth Jones' spot immediately. He's only 23 years old. I'm losing Dylan Larkin, who doesn't want to re-sign. I've got cap space to go make a splash. I think this is the best offer I'm going to get, and I don't want to wait for them to trade Callan Foote first, so I'm going to take that offer. And I'm interested to see Tanner Pearson and David Schlemko for a 1st. Tanner Pearson's an 82. David Schlemko, no thank you. Blake Wheeler, no. I'm digging all these offers. Anze Kopitar again, no thank you. Carolina Hurricanes. Chicago Blackhawks. Adam Lowry and Ben Sherratt for a second. Adam Lowry, he's making way too much though. See, these teams are trying to offload Cap. Yeah, see, he'd only be an 80. That's not worth 4.2. He's a great bottom 6 guy, but Connor Sheary, wow. What is Connor Sheary bringing here? Connor Sheary's an 85 overall. He's a playmaker, second line forward, 30 years old, making 7.06. 61 points, 58 points. He's a playmaker, so he'd be a good second liner. If I bring in Connor Sheary, then I trade to Foley, because that's the spot he's taken. For a first and a second. We'll come back to that. We'll see if we get anything else here. Anze Kopitar again, no thank you. Blake Wheeler, no thank you. Anze Kopitar and a 5th, so they're starting to really... Blake Wheeler, no, I don't want these guys. That Connor Sheary, man, if he was a little better than an 85, I would consider it. There's still that 7th round... Oh, I wanted potential. Come on, show me my good potentials. There we go. Quinville, grinder, two-way forward, power forward. Let's take the power forward. Medium top 6. Well, that's not bad, actually. Oops, I didn't want to trade with Buffalo. It's a shame Connor Sheary wasn't just a little better. Anze Kopitar. Man, the Kings are really trying to dump Kopitar. That $10 million contract really didn't work out for them. So many teams trying to just shed Cap. Brandon Sutter. Nah. Man, my first round pick is pretty valuable, it would seem. Connor Sheary for first. This trade comes back up. He's a good playmaker, and he puts up goal. Like, if I could pair him up with Brock Boeser on that second line, if my second line is, but then what's my first line? Because my second line would be Brock Boeser, Tyson Jost, Connor Sheary. Let's look at my team real quick here. Because I think Connor Sheary is a decent fit. So forwards, Wenberg, Liney, that's the first. Oh, Colin White, that's who. So damn, who's this Moore kid? Did I just draft him? Ernest Moore, 79 overall, age 19. He's already an NHL ready player. Oh hell yeah! I'm digging it. All right, so there's one of our bottom 6 guys taken care of. We got Vikings not coming into the bottom 6, so we don't overly need cap space. I don't want to play Connor Sheary with Wenberg and Laine. I feel like that's overkill. I could probably put Tyson Jost on that first line because the guy gets points, and we've seen that 2 scorers on the first line work. And that second line could be Boeser, White, and Sheary. You know what? This team, I got to figure something out, so we're going to take it. Make pick. I love how I said 2 or 3 videos ago that I'm not going to be over the top with... I didn't even look at his overall. I just assumed he'd be shit. Alright, so that's probably the best draft pick I've ever made in the late rounds. He is an NHL ready player at a 79. He'll be an 80 overall. That's nasty. Alright, so we came out of the draft replacing Seth Jones and Dylan Larkin with Callan Foote and Connor Sheary. Not the ideal names we're going with, but Connor Sheary brings poise, he brings playoff experience. I still love that I said I'm going to not mess with the roster to try to build chemistry. And that's the exact opposite of what I did. But when people don't want to resign, that's kind of what has to happen. So how much cap space do I have? I have 4.9 million in cap space. Now, in a realistic world, I should trade Tyler Toffoli. Tyler Toffoli should go. Vikingstad, you get an entry-level deal. Boosh, you'll be an NHLer. This Moore kid, I'm going to sign him right now because he's going to get it in the NHL. Shore, I'm going to let go. Sorry, buddy. But you just did not pan out. I'm actually going to sign this Molson kid to a contract as well. Carlson, I'm just going to qualify him. I can't afford Seth Jones at the moment, so think we're just gonna let him. What am I looking at? Well, how is my defense? How is Callan Foote? Main roster. Callan Foote's an 84. Not the best, but he's 80. It's 23 years old. He's got plenty of upside. He's a two-way defender. His defense statistics are insane. If we look at Seth Jones' defense, they're a little on the lower side comparison. I think Foote will play really well with Timothy. I think they offset pretty good. Yeah. So I think we're just going to let Callan Foote walk, or Seth Jones walk. We're going to sign Mirza Linkins. He's going to be our backup, 1.45, that's fine. Dance, I'm going to let walk. This kid. Yep. Okay. And like I said, we're doing the entire offseason in this video. I don't want to fuck around and do more than one video. Stenlund, no. Shore, no. Zach Hyman, no. These guys are just all too expensive. Alright, so let's see if any of these guys sign. I don't want to let Seth Jones go, man, but necessary cap hits. What can I say? It's got to happen. All these guys should sign. Molson, Moore. Oh wow, the goaltender rejected. I'm surprised the goaltender rejected. Jorgen Vikingstad. That guy's name is just awesome. I also like how I said that I traded for Connor Shearer because he brings some poise to the team. But I'm gonna have two actual rookies. So this guy doesn't want an extension. All right, how about an extra 250,000? Is that good enough? I'm kind of rebuilding my bottom six on the fly here. We have to trade Toffoli and we have to trade Korpisalo. And that's an extra $7 or $8 million in cap space we'll have to play with in free agency. He's so rejected. I'm going to let him go to free agency. I'm just going to go ahead and hit sim here. And we're going to see what's out there. We're going to hope that something of quality is out here. Alright, so sign free agents. Let's see who's here. Alright, so we got Risto Ristolainen. Wow, 10.3. Johnny Gaudreau, not bad. Hampus Lindholm. Teuvo Teravainen, another not bad guy. He had 30 goals last season. How much does he want? He wants 6.5. Alright, so maybe Teuvo's somebody we look into. If we're looking to shed cap at least. I mean, we've got 4.6 million in cap. Johnny Gaudreau would be an awesome addition, but again, sniper. Look at his puck skills. Like, he does not scream sniper me. He screams playmaker. And I mean, 25. I mean, his point totals aren't the best. I mean, they're good, but I wouldn't say they're like first line quality, especially being an 88. But man, could you imagine? Gaudreau? No. See, I think that's too much. I like Teuvo, man. He's younger, he's cheaper. He wants a 7-year deal, though. That's a lot. Defensemen actually aren't that expensive. Sam Reinhart, Elias Lindholm, like these guys are pricey. One thing I do have to look for, make sure there's a goalie that I can sign here. On the cheap, preferably, Mike Condon. Corey Schneider, we're signing him. 1.375, yeah. It's either that or Pecorine. Alright, so let's go see what the market is for our guys. I don't want to bring back NHL talent. Really, I kind of want to run through free agency and see if I can pick somebody up that way. But Toffoli kind of, he didn't earn a spot here, if I'm honest. The Capitals, are they still trying to trade Ovechkin? They're really not. 81 overall. Man. He's got 1 year left on his deal. I tell you what, man, he's fucking tempting. Come trade deadline time, if we're struggling to score, I'm going to get Ovechkin from Washington. I'm absolutely going to get him. See, I kind of want teams that suck. And actually, oh my God, Vegas! Look at all these guys: Nolan Patrick, Ranger, Travis Rikus. So they're trying to trade William Karlsson. What's up, bud? Machine make 3.3. See, these guys all make too much. James Neal, 79 overall, man. Antoine Roussel, Vladimir Sobotka. Just kind of trying to gauge. I mean, I could get something pretty significant back for Toffoli. He's got good trade value. But I really don't want to bring back a player. I kind of want to... Unless I can get a decent prospect. Because I kind of want to free up the cap space for... Damn, they'd be over. That wouldn't be a bad offer. That's kind of what I was looking for. Brady Shea, Ryan McDonough. Just trying to find Ian Ratcliffe. Just trying to find suitable returns so that I can... You know what, I was gonna do... I bet this kid wants a ton of money, that's why they haven't signed him. They also don't have any cap space, though. You know what? I'm not gonna do the entire offseason. I'm going to leave it up to... I want input from the community. We don't have a big community, but we have community. I want input on... Which person do you think has a better fit on my team? Teuvo Teravainen or Johnny Gaudreau? Christian Dvorak? See, again, these guys are decent players, but they're both RFAs, which means they want to get paid. And I don't necessarily want to... Well, I mean... Oh, they'd be over the cap. Okay. They carry Price on the trade? No. There's a forward. Colton Price. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it to the people that watch these videos on the daily. Who makes the most sense? I think I'm just gonna look to grab a pick from one of these worse off teams that want him. Do they not want to trade draft picks? Is this the issue? Give me a second and third for Toffoli. Trade accepted. Alright, so there's Toffoli gone. Goalies. Alright, so this guy's got decent trade value. That's good to know. Korpisalo doesn't have the best, but... Let's see, who wants him? He's got pretty good value. We can get something pretty good back from him. See if we can find some high-level prospects out here somewhere. Actually, let's just go all skaters and see if we can find somebody this way. I said I kind of want to find prospects. Ooh, who's this guy? Murray Schumacher, medium top 4 defenseman, 78 overall, makes $1 million on a two-way. Give me him. And in addition to that, now I know I'm not getting the best return possible. I'm sorry. That's... Oh wow, they took that. Alright. Alright, now I know people aren't going to like the Korpisalo trade, but yeah, this is where I'm going to end the video here. We've got $10 million in cap space. We can go after Gaudreau or Teravainen. Or we can do Teravainen and somebody else. There's a couple other guys down here. Jordan Eberle, Jake Gensel, Kyle Turris, Matt Stone. Everybody loves Matt Stone. Mark Stone. Sam Reinhart, again, 7.7. Who did I just trade for? A defenseman, right? Yeah, Schumacher? Shoemaker? I think it's Schumacher. So Shear's an 84. We have a lot of 84s on the roster. So is he coming in? He's coming into 78, but he's 19. That's why I made that deal. He's 19, he's on a two-way. Alright, so yeah. Going back to free agency, I will look for feedback from the community. Feel free to pause the video whenever I'm going through the free agent market, and feel free to give me your opinions. Like I said, the big ones that I'm looking at are Johnny Gaudreau and Teuvo Teravainen. Because honestly, we need a top 6 guy, and they're both top 6 guys. They're the two best out here that I'm looking at. I mean, Sam Reinhart wouldn't be awful. So I guess if there's an interest in him as well, God, he's such a good playmaker. It's either Reinhart or Teravainen, really, for playmaking, and then Johnny Gaudreau would bring more offense. I don't necessarily know if we need more offense, but he's an option. But yeah, like I said, that's where I'm going to end this one. Comment section below, let me know what you think. We're kind of doing a massive overhaul here. We've had 4 straight first-round exits, 5 straight, 4 straight. I've lost count at this point. It makes me cry. So we got to figure out something that works. And I think we're on the right track. Like I said, I know I didn't do my due diligence in the 2 trades I just made, but I really didn't want to. But yeah, like I said, comment section, let me know, and I will get the feedback, and I'll record the video tomorrow, and we'll see where we're at.